So Vince Russo visited the TNA offices last week, and there is talk that a reconciliation between him and Jeff Jarrett is in the works. With Hulk Hogan apparently out of the picture, the door is open for Russo to return in some capacity. There is still some tension between Russo and Jarrett over the way Russo was sent home due to the Hogan negotiations.
There is still some tension between Russo and Jarrett over all the knives in each other's backs.
But the two sides are talking again at the very least. Since he was sent home, Russo has been very outspoken when talking to friends about the creative direction of the company. Most TNA insiders are saying that Russo was also very critical of TNA's direction during his meeting, while others are downplaying those rumors by saying that while there was tension, the meeting was cordial. All sources say Russo was very open to the idea of returning to the company and most expect him to return in the near future. How that would impact Dutch Mantel's position isn't clear.
Poorly, I imagine.
So Vince Russo was backstage at last Wednesday's NWA-TNA pay-per-view, January 21st. For the first time in months, he attended the pre-show meetings and produced backstage segments. In other words, he was back. So he's basically back on creative, back to producing, and apparently instrumental in the return of Jerry Lynn.
I guess, yeah, because Jerry Lynn didn't really like the new management.
Because they're like, he's been gone for, I think he said 7 months on the show, and I'm like, has it really been that long since we've seen Jerry Lynn?
Was it?
I think it was like July, August was the last time, so it hasn't been quite that long. But yeah, it's been a while since Jerry Lynn was on the show.
Jerry Lynn also had problems with Hulk Hogan and was like, Hogan's coming in. We have to get Jerry Lynn and Russo out of here.
You see, when Hulk Hogan looks at Jerry Lynn, he sees a full head of blonde hair. Instead of just the back half of blonde hair and a bald head. So Jerry Lynn is basically a threat to what he thinks his hair should be, and he hates looking at him.
You put the idea in my head of a clip of Hulk Hogan, like, where the camera is just slowly zooming into his eyes as the distorted version of Real American plays, and the character just begins to shake violently, and an image of Jerry Lynn's hair transposed appearing over the image of Hogan.
He wants to do a hair versus hair match against Lynn, where he can then steal the hair and tape it onto his own head.
Yeah, it's hair versus hair, as in they have to swap hair.
Poor Jerry.
That's why he's got to win.
So Russo's back.
Yay. I'm happy about it. I'm legitimately happy about it. The shows were better while Russo was here.
And they were better toward the end of the month when he was back, so listen.
I'm going to make a staunch claim, Garrett. This is I, Liam of January 2004, saying, I think we've seen the worst that Vince Russo has to offer, and that it can only go up from here.
Again, I will give Vince Russo credit in that when the show is predominantly his creative direction, when we do get to the end of 2006, 2007, it's very bad, but it is infinitely more watchable than TNA was at the end of 2003.
Vince Russo does not have the worst creative period of TNA history.
Probably not, because to be fair, actually no, he does. I think he does. I think the first half of 2014 is worse than 2013.
I forgot about that. But yeah, because that was the era that killed my fandom. So we'll find out. We'll revisit that later on. But as far as the eras that he gets the most flack for, I feel not even the worst stuff in those eras.
I think that that first half of 2014 combines the boredom of the end of 2003 with the nonsense of Vince Russo, so you just get the worst of all aspects.
It's been a long, long time since I've seen it, so.
And it will be a long, long time before you have to see it again, to be fair.
True.